Your insurance says that services that were preventive or preventative are indeed diagnostic. What's the difference? Why should you care? And some tips to help you along. Welcome, I am the Medical Bill Whisperer. A previous billing manager turned patient advocate, I am committed to bringing answers, insights, and solutions to patients like you. So you did a good job. You went for your yearly checkup, you took your children, you even dragged your teenager. And if you have seen my videos on the topic, you know preventive care services are free. But how can that be? Horror. You are receiving a bill from the doctor. Those services were treated as diagnostic by your insurance. What does it mean? Well, it means that now you have a copay or you have a share of cost, meaning deductible or co-insurance. If those services were preventive in the first place, why did the insurance not pay the full amount as the policy says they should? Let's examine first, what does preventive or preventative mean? It basically means that the process of illness, sickness, or grave condition is stopped from the beginning or as early as possible through those services that insurance companies are supposed to pay in full. There are two main goals. The first is reducing your risk of illness or grave and chronic condition by an early detection and promoting a healthy lifestyle, and by improving your overall health with early intervention and better outcomes. If you catch something early enough, it will also cost less to treat. It won't take as long. The measures of treatment will be more conservative and you save money. And from the beginning, preventive care services are free. But your insurance also saves money. You save money, they save money, everybody saves money. Diagnostic means that there is an interpretation of symptoms or data. There are already signs, symptoms, or recent test results that make your doctor suspect you could have an underlying condition or are indeed sick and need further treatment. So this interpretation of symptoms or data is to identify any underlying condition and to determine a proper course of treatment. You can understand then that the level of expertise on your doctor's part is much higher in order to diagnose you than it was to just do a regular checkup. And because that level of expertise, the time that the doctor will spend on your case and the complexity of having to figure out what is the best treatment for the best outcome makes the services payable to your doctor a lot more expensive. And therefore, you, the patient, would be liable for all or a portion of that cost. The next level after diagnostic would be therapeutic. That means trying to find a cure and get you healthy again. So therapeutic are a much higher level than diagnostic. However, they are both subject to the same terms of coverage and potential patient liability. These are not free services. So what do you need to know in order for your preventative services to be free of cost to you? First, both services need to be properly coded. So if the procedure code and the diagnostic code do not show a disease, symptom, condition, medical issue, treatment for any reason other than just came for the yearly checkup, you should receive an explanation of benefit from your insurance that shows you owe nothing. However, a diagnostic code for the procedure with a preventive service code are not compatible, and even if the insurance does not reject it altogether, it would consider it to be diagnostic. Any reason to save a buck. So your doctor must indicate the exact reason for your visit and must go to the highest level of accuracy as far as a diagnosis is concerned. Should you take advantage of that visit to get checked for a new symptom, discuss an established condition, or even get any kind of treatment at all, well, that level of care and medical expertise will be higher. The coding for the visit will therefore need to be adjusted to a higher level, and that is no longer preventive because there will be a clinical diagnosis associated with that visit. If it's not preventive, it will be diagnostic or therapeutic, and neither one of those are free to you. In some cases, it happens that the scheduled preventive services you expected to be free of charge ends up being coded or paid as diagnostic or even therapeutic. In that case, you would be liable for a portion, if not all, of the cost, depending on how much of your deductible and co-insurance you have already met. To take an example, let's say you go for a colonoscopy. The procedure reveals nothing suspect, everything is fine, this will still be coded as preventive. You should pay nothing. But if during the procedure it is revealed that there are suspicious growths and tissue samples are sent to the pathologist, now the level of accuracy that must be coded is diagnostic. There is a problem. The question is, what does that problem mean? And if you have the same colonoscopy scheduled as preventive, but during the procedure, the surgeon finds obvious malignant or obstructive tumors that he must or she must immediately remove. In that case, this is therapeutic. This is saving you from potential harm to your health and establishing right away a diagnosis that has nothing to do with preventive care. And in many cases, many insurances will not consider even follow-ups or, for example, mammograms once every 6 months after you've had chemo or surgery, because you are not considered out of remission until 5 years after. So for those 5 years, even though technically you may just go for checkups to make sure that a condition or a cancer, for example, has not returned, your insurance would still consider those services to be diagnostic, not preventative. Are there tips to make sure that those truly preventative or preventive services are paid by your insurance with no cost to you? Of course. First, make the right appointment. And by this, I mean make 2 separate appointments. If you have questions or need to discuss an illness, a condition, or a symptom. Otherwise, your preventative visit may be coded as a general office visit with a liability to you. Before and at the time the service is rendered, make sure you remind the staff or the doctor that this is a preventive appointment. Mistakes happen. People are human, or machines. I always prefer to check twice rather than having to deal with bad surprises later. And once you receive your insurance explanation of benefit, make sure it shows that you owe nothing. If it does show any liability, I would make a call or file an appeal or a grievance. The insurance should be able to either contact the office to confirm this was preventive care services or explain to you why the doctor had to upcode the visit or the service to show it was diagnostic or even therapeutic. Healthcare coding is not like a fruit salad. You cannot really go and pick your favorite and leave the rest in order to achieve a specific outcome. Doctors are bound to code according to different legal mandates and rules. But you can certainly help yourself by helping them, reminding them why you come to the office or why you have that mammogram, that colonoscopy for, and making sure that the insurance is on board at all and processes those claims correctly. I thank you for watching. Your likes, comments, and subscribe help this little channel grow a little bit at a time. And to that, I say thank you.